What's up my crypto legends? The SP 500 had a nice bullish close yesterday. I'm going to explain why we had this bullish close and what major resistance we do have above us. If you missed yesterday's live stream, we're also taking a look at Bitcoin on the 4 hourly, on the 1 hourly, and I'm going to show you the major resistance that we got above us. I do think that a potential another leg up is very likely before we might continue this massive downtrend. Guys, remember we are in a massive downtrend. If you are feeling bullish like me in the short term, be very careful because we are fighting the trend. Let's go straight into this video. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin crypto. Also do live streams to connect with the community, not financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything that I say, guys. Let's dive in here straight into the SP 500 because what I want to show you here, very important. If you missed yesterday's live stream, why did we get very nicely supported from this range? And one of the main reasons for me is the massive big volume that we did have on the 24th of January. Okay, this was a 4 hourly candle with a massive wick with a huge amount of volume. We haven't seen this amount of volume for several months. As you can see, nothing as high as this candle that we did print on the 24th of January. Now I want to show you some quick examples here. You know, when you are in a downtrend and you have big volume at the potential end of the trend, okay, I just want to show you here, zooming in here for a couple of examples. All right, we can clearly see from this downtrend, as you can see, this was back in November. The volume was relatively low, as you can see, and you can see very high volume at the very end of the trend and getting a massive bounce. Okay, now I can show you some few more examples right over here. If we do zoom back, all right, on the price of the S&P 500, as you can see, when you had this downside right over there, you see high volume at the very end of the trend, no volume during while you're going up, as you can see here. And just zooming back a little bit, okay, right over here, guys, you can clearly see that the volume right there was very low, and suddenly you do see a spike in volume at the very end of the trend, getting a massive bounce. I could go on and on here on the chart, low volume here with this price action. As soon as you have, pretty big spikes to the downside, you do see high volume, then you get the reverse. Now, this case is even better because you had a massive wick on the 4 hourly. Let me just zoom in here on the chart. This was explained yesterday on yesterday's live stream, how you could have, very nice support here and potentially having some bullishness in the immediate short term on the S&P 500. If I zoom in here, like I've explained you with some examples in the past, you can see this downtrend, okay, with not too much volume. The volume was okay, but at the very end, if you see a massive spike in volume, and especially a 4 hourly, massive candle with a wick, or on the daily there's actually a bigger wick, this is very bullish. This means that the bulls have stepped in, okay, at the end of the trend, and they are going to defend this level. So it's very likely you are going to see some kind of reversal here in the immediate short term. Now on the S&P 500, I'm going to show you the big major resistance areas, okay, which is the 4,460 points and also the 4,540 points approximately, okay, where we have been bouncing as resistance and as support a lot. Okay, you see resistance right over there. This is why we're not coping to get above this range. You do have a big spike on the VPVR, and the next biggest one is the 4,540 points right there. As you can see, multiple touches as resistance and support, and you also have a spike here on the VPVR. These are major levels that I potentially want to take profits because I am in a long position on Prime XBT. Okay, still I have it open for the weekend. Let's see how Monday and Tuesday reacts. Remember, you get 7% added to your deposit if you use my link in the description. All the info is down below. 7% added to your deposit, guys. You can trade multiple assets here using Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT or USDC as collateral. Going back here to the S&P 500, what I want to show you also that these are going to be major fib levels. If I take the Fibonacci from this start to the low of this drop, okay, let me just zoom in here properly and get it to the very end. You can clearly see that the 618 the most common retrace, okay, fib level, the golden pocket is at that 4,540 points. So this is also telling me that we're potentially going to get a massive rejection or a consolidation at this area. If you're trying to long this would be a great level to take profits. Now, this is if we do reach that level, right? Now, we've also got another fib level here currently where we are getting rejected on the Fibonacci retracement. Let me just show you here again, zooming in on the chart. Let's get the volume out of the way. Right here from the high again to the low. We've also getting rejected at that 382. As you can see, there's a lot of spikes there hitting that level. And if we do get the fib level from the very high to the very low, you know, this is also very interesting. You know, the 50% is just near the golden pocket from this high. Okay, we've got two fib levels from this high to this low, from this high to this low, right? And you know, this is definitely going to be a lot of resistance right there in between the 50% and 618. Okay, for the SP 500. That is, I do believe strongly that we are going to get above this little consolidation right there. You know, by Monday or Tuesday, we might have that leg up. Then we potentially going to look for a shorting opportunity right there, or depending on volume, price action, what kind of candles we are going to print there. And maybe we are creating a lower high right there. Might be a good shorting opportunity. We'll get there if we do manage to go to those levels, guys. Let's dive in here quickly to the Bitcoin price. Let's go straight forward here. And on the Bitcoin price, you know that I am in a long position on Bybit, okay, from the low 36K levels. You know, you got the best deal down below for Bybit, $4,100 worth of bonus. It's a good way to support the channel because I get a small commission. You get the best bonus. I got both of the tutorials down below of PrimeXBT and Bybit, guys. Now, this is a very short trade. Remember, I am fighting the trend here, okay? It's better, the trend is your friend till the end. So in this case, it is better to actually short the market. But if you're doing small day trades, small swing trades, you can get into these bounces. Why am I getting into this bounces? Because I do think that we are creating a kind of an ABC correction right over here. And we are going to manage to get above that, you know, 39K retest that we did make just a few days ago on the 26th of January. Now you can see this potentially being an ABC correction. You are creating a slightly higher low right over there, which is pretty bullish. And in my opinion, anybody that shorted here might have stop losses right there, and they might get triggered. Okay, you might have a wick here to the upside, retesting the 39.5. This is my opinion, of course. Now, why the 39.5? Because this is a major resistance zone. We do have consolidation right there. And we do have a big spike on volume here, looking at the 4 hourly, where you do have that 4 hourly close just hitting that level. We retest it once, and this is why, you know, we have that major resistance. I think a potential leg up. This is the 39K level actually, and if we do have a 39.5K level being hit in the next coming days, it's very likely going to have some kind of reaction, maybe a potential rejection or consolidation at that range. And the reason why is because you have the big spike here, like I mentioned on latest videos, with volume, the big wick. And if we zoom back here to September, we've also got that wick, okay, that low that we did create, massive level here from the September lows. So this is why I do believe so. If we do get a leg back up to that range, it is going to be very difficult for Bitcoin to continue to the upside. That might be a good shorting opportunity, or depending on what kind of reaction we do have at those levels. Remember, the trend is to the downside, and this looks like just a major relief rally that we are just having here in the next in the coming days, okay, in the last few days also. And that might be a very good area. You do see here also at that 41K levels, if we do see that volatility at 39.5, 41.5K levels, we do have a big spike here on the VPVR, which is going to be very hard for BTC to break, especially if we are pumping with very low volume, guys. This is the thing. If you are longing from these levels, it is extremely risky. You are fighting the trend, and the volume is extremely low also. Remember, the volume leads the way. If you're in a downtrend and there's high volume to the downside, and on these small retracements you have low volume, it is very likely at some point you are going to turn back down, okay? So this is going to be my video for today, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Make sure to check out Bitcoinsensus website, latest news and technical analysis posted every single day here. Join our Telegram, Discord group down below, all our socials. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.